Hi everyone, this is Chavikar, and today we are back with another amazing tech podcast series. Today we have Vivek Raja with us, and to be honest, having him is an honor for me because he is currently founding member and also the data scientist at NexStem, and also his contribution to Microsoft Azure Developer Community is marvelous, as he's the co-organizer of it. And I welcome you, sir, today here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the warm welcome.
Welcome. So, before starting, I would be happy to understand your Azure journey because, like, your contributions to the community shows that you have done so much to the community. So, how you actually got started with this? Who helped you, or it was just you who was there?
So this all started in my second or third year of my college. So where I was actually actively looking to participate or learn more tech stuff. So at that time, I actually came across a link in LinkedIn, a post actually showing that there is a meetup, in-person meetup happening in Microsoft in Bangalore, and the speaker is none other than our great Vivek Raja sir. So and immediately I hopped in. I wanted to do an RSVP. Then it showed that the wait list is actually the slot is over. So when I was waiting, there was another in-person event by next week. I tried to apply again. There was no spot left for me to actually join. Followed by the next week. Followed by the next week. I got like at a point of time I was like so disappointed that why I'm not able to get a secure spot to actually go for an in-person meeting and in-person event. So I just immediately pinged Vivek Raja sir on LinkedIn and told him that I've been trying a couple of weeks for you to attend this meeting and events. So I just want a spot to see how it feels. At the time I was in Madurai, so I was doing my college. And he said like, there's no worries, just hop in and we'll just accommodate you with the event. So that happened in November 29th of 2019. And I visited Microsoft office in Bangalore where I met Vivek Raja sir for the first time, and we had an amazing session as well. If I'm right, it was a session on Kubernetes. So that actually a person who actually invited me just to an in-person event was actually a turning point in my life career as well. So after that, I started attending and started a lot of community events, technical talks, podcasts. Then I understood the value, how they contribute to a developer's life. Then at the time, I got myself so much of benefits out of it. And at a point of time, I wanted to actually give back to the community. So that's where the whole Microsoft Azure Developer Community started. And I was elected as one of the organizer for the cities of Chennai, Coimbatore, and Madurai. So, yep. So starting from there, I would have given a lot of talks, written a lot of blogs. I've been communicating with my members very personally and very frequently to get to understand what the pain points are. So this is an amazing backstory of mine jumping into the community, and so far it's amazing. Yep.
That's actually lovely to hear that because, like, I can feel that student that was inside you that popped up and was like, okay, now I'll be doing Azure. That's it. That's actually amazing to hear. So, like, I can see that you are the founding member of NexStem. So, like, how Azure is helping you in your company, in your startup, and also how like how valuable it is for you as well at the same time.
Great. So yep, as this community journey started, so I started exploring a lot of Azure products, services, and everything. So my domain interest in machine learning. So I started to do a lot of machine learning hands-on and everything. So that gradually made me to appear for certifications. Then I grabbed a lot of certifications in it, like AI engineering, data scientist, and developer associate, and so on. And then when I was actually was a founding member, and I joined this NexStem startup as a fourth employee during December of 2020. And then I was given in charge of handling the complete cloud and architecting the solutions for software apps. So that's a huge responsibility actually landed in my shoulder system. But of course, with these hands-on and an amazing community experts and networking, it made me seamlessly adapt to this new environment, catch up with a lot of learnings, and execute a responsibility that a very experienced person would be able to do so. So this community has actually fast-tracked my complete career as well as my learnings in a very good way. And right now, our company is we are actually 18 to 23 members in size, and we are doing amazing. So we have also funded, seed funded as well. So yep, that's the journey, and we have also made some couple of product releases, and yep, I could probably say that I was one of behind it. So yep, that's a complete journey behind how community helped me in my career as well.
That feels so amazing to hear. So that your journey has been so amazing and inspiring at the same time for me. So moving further with this, I also wanted to understand that like as every day I see that you are helping, like every day you are helping anyone. Okay, like at least there is one student who is saying that thank you sir for helping me to you. So what is that thing that strikes to you that okay, I like you have a lot of stuff to do. Obviously you are in your corporate life, and still you are so down to earth and helping students every day. So what's the thing that struck in your mind every day and you help so many students without anything in your mind?
So yeah, that actually connects back with my past as well. So there was one person who actually gave a helping hand when I was completely clueless and wanting to actually learn and do something. So that person actually has changed the complete life and career and everything in my space. So I actually wanted to give back to the community and be one of the helping hands to the many more who really do want it. So coming to city like Madurai, there is a lot of necessity for guidance and mentorship. So I'm very much happy that Microsoft Azure Developer Community is providing a platform where I can easily reach out to the people to help them as well. And besides that, it's not just me helping them, it's about also them helping me to learn more new stuff. So it's like a mutual benefit, and it's a win-win for everyone out there. And coming back to those feedbacks and valuable comments that I hear from time to time, it makes me more feel satisfied that there is a credibility for the work which I'm doing. So there is a good impact which is being created, and that actually motivates me a lot to do more. And yep, so besides my heavy and hectic corporate work, I do usually take a little bit of more time to do something like this, and that is actually one of my fun parts, where I feel very comfortable and very happy as well to do it.
That's so like good to hear this. It feels so good when I connect with people like you, who actually it makes me feel like for you contributing to the community is a hobby. Okay, when when people are like using their time, their free time into some other stuff, you are contributing to the community. It feels so good to connect with you for that. Yeah. So also, I wanted to understand one more thing from you that whenever you take sessions on Azure and whenever you go for that, how it feels like when you come up with the students' doubts, from your journey, I can totally feel this that you have been like how you actually been 0 to 1. So when you see students asking you doubts, so how you feel like? Do you see kid of yours of few you were few years back in them? So like how was your experience in that?
Yeah, so every time when we do a session, so basically those sessions are people who are requesting us to actually deliver the talk. So we take an intensive care to actually structure so that we can help out from beginners to expert. So when we actually give a talk, probably like I would have given a repeated sessions on few topics, probably machine learning a lot of times. But every single time when I give a topic or a session, I learn a new thing. So there are new doubts, new questions coming up, and people asking me to explore new stuff over there. And maybe like when there is a new update released from Microsoft itself, it asks me to explore and keep me updated. So those every time it makes me that same topic as a new topic to be delivered. So that's one thing. And secondly, when we actually take a one step ahead to listen to people's feedback, questions, comments, and everything, that motivates them to deliver more. And I would be happily expecting them to take my podium right now to deliver more talks in the future. I think that's the ultimate goal, which I would be actually looking forward to.
That's great. That's great. Also, you actually shared about your journey and everything. So, whenever it comes to Azure and everything, what all which is your favorite certification you would like to share, and also why is it? And would love to hear that.
So my first certification came when I was actually in the college itself. So I was in my final year of college. There was a couple of advices that it's not necessary for a college student to take up an associate level of examination. So, but I felt like I was strongly connected to machine learning. I was doing a lot of research, and then I dived into Azure, and I felt that connectivity that now I'm able to actually, I will be able to prove my expertise in machine learning with Azure, so I can really take up my DP100 Microsoft Azure certification. So since it was my first official cloud certification as well, so yep, of course it was a little nervous. Like I never felt nervous for all my semesters or internal exams, but yep, that one was a big step in my career as well. So yep, I did a lot of hands-on, a lot of revisions, a lot of going through documentations, and so and so. And even at the time of exam, I was like, okay, should I really go for it, or should I skip ahead and reschedule it so that I can learn more? But then I just went for it, and it was an amazing exam. There was a cool experience. I learned a couple of new topics or new questions out of there. And then when I was finished and I received that I have actually passed the examination, that was actually a cloud nine moment. So of course, my first certification exam is close to my heart. And since it lies very close to my expertise of domain and my favorite domain as well, so I would say that's favorite, DP100, Microsoft Azure Data Scientist Associate.
That's great. That's actually great to hear that about your favorite and the first certification
Yep.
journey. It's actually amazing. So, wanted to understand one more thing. When you as you shared that you met Vivek Sridhar and it was really great experience for you. Then later on, you have seen how pandemic stuff actually changed everything. So, what do you think? What all stuff actually student have missed during this pandemic area? Like as you said that you met him, then you felt more amazing, and then you actually started up then and there. So, what would be your take on this?
Yep, absolutely. One thing we terribly missed, including myself, is networking. So you don't like the whole purpose of event is, yep, of course you go and learn something new, but the whole point is like you get to meet a lot of interesting and like-minded people over there, and you get to share your experience, get to know about their experience and everything. So networking is a biggest missed part of not just Azure or Microsoft, but all developer events which have been taking place virtually. Then, yep, once like even my community events were like just 2 or 3 in numbers when I actually participated before pandemic. Then everything was virtual again. Then right now when again everything started up and opened up, right now I'm in Bangalore, so I constantly visit Azure Developer Community Bangalore as well as Microsoft Reactor Bangalore. So one thing is like I meet a lot of new people, I network a lot. So even after the event ends, there is like 1 hour left for me to speak a lot of people. There are people who recognize me in the crowd, and I get to recognize a couple of one of my like-minded friends or people who I look up into as well. So that's an amazing feeling to network, to learn more, and that's the most missed parts in the pandemic, I would say, for sure.
I can truly feel that. I can truly feel that because pandemic has changed a lot, and students have missed a lot, including professionals as well at the same time. So, also, what do you think? How technology have changed, in a good way or in a bad way, have changed in this pandemic thing? What do you feel like? Did student got more closer to the technology or not?
I would say both. There are like a couple of pros and cons to it. So since right now everything was pandemic and everyone was working from home or appearing for colleges from home, they had a lot of free time to it. So besides like you cut down your commute related travel time and everything, right? So people started investing in that into creating new projects or learning new stuff. But of course, that's there is a mental stress with it because you are staying inside the home for the whole time, right, during this pandemic. But of course, people dedicated few of their time to actually learn new stuff. So which I personally noticed a lot. And as organizers, for me, it was very convenient to host virtual meetings from time to time, so that I can just hop onto a computer, just log in and invite people to hop in for an event. But in person, it's like there is a lot of logistics and operations which is involved in that. So I would say they moved closer to the technology, but the one con which I actually noticed is that the industry experience or the team connect which they have when they do it. So even though if you're able to execute a lot of stuff, you interact with a lot of team members, it does not really count up to the team bonding which you get when you do it in person. As well as secondly, like when there is in-person team bonding, you get to learn a lot of things as well. So I think that was one thing which we missed during pandemic, but I would say like people really got very close to the technology during pandemic.
Now, before concluded, I wanted to ask you the most important thing that I was seeking is your favorite memory with Azure Developer Community till date. Like that memory is the one you always think of whenever you feel tired. You are like, no, because of this, I will still go and contribute to the community.
Okay, so my favorite memory is like I hosted a Azure machine learning series in Chennai. So at the time when Azure Developer Community was itself new, so I wanted to do something that we can make a difference in the whole community. So during one of the early days, so I started a Azure machine learning series, which is like you learn machine learning from very basic zero, and when you follow up the series, you will be able to do something which is industry standard of such thing. So I used to actually go through a lot of documentations, prepare a well-curated presentation, and even some code samples that is much more simpler than what you can find it in Azure Samples, GitHub, as well as in documentation. So, and till date, even like a couple of days before, I used to get comments from the YouTube channel or from LinkedIn saying that those videos were really helpful for me to execute ML ops in my industry, in my company, or in my project. So I feel very happy for that, and that's one of my favorite memories. So, but I have got also the second one, if I can share. So, one thing is like during this Azure Developer Community, there was one event which got hosted, which is a blogathon. So, I use some Azure services which is called Literature Love, which actually takes your machine learning services to you can upload any book and it will translate the book for you and also make an audio book for you. So that's like you can read a Tamil book even if you're not a Tamil person. And I myself, who I'm not I'm not a Hindi speaking person. There were a lot of people who used to send me some Hindi poems which I wanted to really read. So I used these services to convert and create an audio book, and seamlessly I was able to enjoy some literature text of other languages. So this it got a little bit viral that people from other domains, friends, professors from Madurai, and few technical persons who are into art and literature started contributing to this open source project, and everyone was actually enjoying literature from other languages, which was like I was quite astonished to see the impact which was making in the web. So of course, till date, I received some comments from people who wants to do more in that or add more features to it, and there are some researchers who wants to actually contribute to make it much more efficient. So I think these two are one of my best memories out there in Azure Developer Community.
That was so touching, believe me, because when it comes to this language barrier, there are a lot of opportunities that people usually miss because of this. This seems to be a small thing, but it is a huge thing for a lot. So yeah, thanks a lot for sharing your amazing experience. It was really amazing hosting you today. Thanks a lot for joining in, and it was really great podcast with you. And we will be coming up with another podcast soon. Till then,
And
have a
thanks
great day.
and thanks for having me and letting me share some of my amazing memories and stuff. So thanks again.
Thanks a lot.